My girlfriend told my dying grandmother, "He's wasting his life on you. You should just let go." I was out of the room. My aunt heard everything. I found out at the funeral, when my entire family refused to let her attend and she showed up anyway. I, 29 male, don't even know where to start with this. My grandmother died last week. The funeral was a few days ago. I'm still at her house, going through her things, trying to process what the hell just happened. My grandmother raised me. Parents died when I was 8. Car accident, she took me in without blinking. Gave up everything to make sure I had a good life. She was everything to me. Mom, dad, best friend, all of it. 6 months ago they found the cancer. Pancreatic, stage 4. Doctors said maybe 3 months if we were lucky. She made it 6. Tough as hell until the very end. I moved back in with her immediately. Took leave from work, packed up, moved into my old bedroom. My girlfriend of 2 years was not happy about it. We'd been living together in my apartment for about a year at that point. "You're just leaving?" she said when I told her. "She's dying. I need to take care of her." "What about us? What about our life? This is temporary, a few months at most." She didn't say anything for a minute. Then, "She's lived her life already. You need to think about your future." Our future. Should have been a red flag. Big one. But I was too focused on my grandmother to really process it. "I'll visit on weekends," my girlfriend finally said. She visited twice. Maybe 3 times. Always had excuses. Work, friends, not feeling well, whatever. I didn't push it. Had bigger things to worry about. About 3 weeks before my grandmother died, I had to run to the pharmacy, refill on her pain meds. My aunt had stopped by to sit with my grandmother while I was gone. Normal thing, family taking shifts. I was gone maybe half an hour. When I got back, my aunt's car was still in the driveway, but she was standing outside, face all red, looking pissed. "You okay?" I asked. She looked at me weird. "Yeah, fine, I should head out." Just got in her car and left. Fast. Weird, but everyone was emotional and stressed. Didn't think much of it. My grandmother passed 2 weeks later, at home in her bed. I was holding her hand. My aunt was there, my uncle, a couple cousins. Hospice nurse. Peaceful as it could be. My girlfriend didn't come. "I can't handle seeing death," she texted. "It's too much for me. I'm sorry." The funeral was small. Maybe 50 people. Family, my grandmother's church friends, neighbors. I was numb. Just going through motions, shaking hands, accepting condolences, not really there. After the service, there was a reception back at my grandmother's house. Standard thing. Cold cuts, casseroles, people standing around telling stories about her. My aunt found me in the kitchen, pulled me aside. "I need to tell you something," she said. Her voice was shaking. "About a few weeks ago, when I was here sitting with your grandmother." My stomach dropped. "Okay." "Your girlfriend showed up. Said she needed to talk to your grandmother privately." "Woman-to-woman thing," she said. I stepped out into the hallway to give them privacy, but... She paused. I could hear everything. "What happened?" My aunt's jaw was clenched so tight I thought her teeth would crack. "She told your grandmother that you were wasting your life taking care of her, that she was being selfish by holding on, that she should just let go and stop being a burden because you had a future to build, and she was getting in the way." Everything stopped. Like someone hit pause on the world. She said, "What?" I heard it, clear as day. "Told your grandmother she was wasting your time, that she needed to let go, that you were sacrificing your future for someone who'd already lived their life." My aunt's eyes were wet. "Your grandmother was too weak to say much. Just cried. When your girlfriend left, I went back in, and your grandmother made me promise not to tell you, said she didn't want to add stress to your plate. But now that she's gone..." She grabbed my hand. "You needed to know." I stood there, couldn't move, couldn't think. "I told everyone this morning before the service," my aunt continued. "The whole family knows. We all agreed, she's not welcome here. Not at the funeral, not at this house, nowhere." "She didn't come to the funeral anyway," I said. Voice sounded far away. "Because I called her yesterday morning and told her not to. Said if she showed up we'd throw her out." I nodded. Don't remember what I said next. Just remember feeling hollow. Then about an hour later there was shouting at the front door. Loud. Everyone stopped talking, looked over. My girlfriend was standing in the doorway. Black dress, heels, full makeup. Like she was going to a cocktail party, not a funeral reception. My uncle was blocking her. "You need to leave." I'm here for my boyfriend, she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. His grandmother just died. He needs support. He needed support 6 months ago when you couldn't be bothered to visit, my aunt said, walking over. My girlfriend saw me across the room. Baby, tell them. Tell them I'm allowed to be here. Everyone was staring. My grandmother's church friends, the neighbors, cousins I hadn't seen in years. All watching. Leave, I said. What? You heard me. Get out. Are you serious right now? Your family is being insane and you're just going to... You told my grandmother to hurry up and die, I said. Louder. The room got even quieter. While I was out getting her medication, you told her she was wasting my life and needed to let go. Her face went white. Ooh, that's not... Who told you that? Does it matter? I was trying to help. She was suffering. I thought if I... You thought you'd speed things along so I'd come home and pay attention to you again. That's not fair. I came here to be there for you, and you're attacking me in front of everyone. My uncle stepped between us. This is a private residence. You're not welcome. Leave now. She looked around, at all the faces staring at her with pure disgust. This is insane. You're all crazy. Out, my aunt said. My girlfriend turned back to me. We're going to talk about this. You don't get to just dismiss me. I closed the door in her face. Everyone was quiet for a second. Then my uncle put his hand on my shoulder. You okay? I nodded. Wasn't okay. But what else do you say? The reception kept going. People came up, told me I did the right thing. My grandmother's best friend hugged me and said she would be proud of you. That was 3 days ago. Since then, my phone hasn't stopped. Update 1. It's been about a week now. My phone is a war zone. Started the day after the funeral. Texts, calls, voicemails, all from my girlfriend. Some were apologetic. I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't mean it the way it sounded. Please let me explain. I was just worried about you. Some were angry. You humiliated me in front of your entire family. How could you do that to me? I was trying to be there for you. Some were just wild. All my stuff is still at the apartment. You better not touch anything. I know my rights. You can't just kick me out. I didn't respond to any of them. Been staying at my grandmother's house, going through her things, trying to process. Then a couple days after the funeral, there was a knock on the door. Opened it. My girlfriend's best friend standing there. We need to talk, she said. Don't think we do. She's devastated, completely broken. She made one mistake and you're throwing away 2 years. One mistake? I actually laughed. She told my dying grandmother to hurry up and die. That's not how she meant it. How did she mean it then? The best friend shifted. Look, she's been feeling neglected. You moved out, stopped making time for her. She felt abandoned. She wasn't thinking straight. My grandmother was dying. And she's alive. Your girlfriend needed you too. I stared at her. Get off this property. You're being dramatic. Now, before I call the cops for trespassing. She left. But not before saying, she really loves you. Don't throw that away over this. That night, I went back to my apartment for the first time in months. Just to grab some clothes, check on things. My girlfriend wasn't there, but she'd clearly been living there the whole time I was gone. Takeout containers everywhere, her crap all over the bathroom, her clothes on my bed. Living there rent-free. The lease is only in my name. She moved in about a year ago, but never got added to the lease, never paid rent. I covered everything. Rent, utilities, groceries, all of it. Started boxing up her stuff, all of it. Clothes, makeup, books, everything. Took me a few hours, piled the boxes by the door, then I called a locksmith, had him come out that night, changed the locks. Wasn't cheap, but worth every penny. Sent her one text, your stuff is boxed by my apartment door. You have 1 day to pick it up. Your key doesn't work anymore. I changed the locks. Don't contact me again. The response was instant. Phone started ringing, ignored it. Then the texts flooded in. Are you kidding me? You can't just kick me out. This is my home too. I'm calling the police right now. I replied once. The lease is in my name only. You're not on it. You've been living here as a guest rent-free. I can revoke that. Your stuff will be outside tomorrow. Pick it up. You're such a piece of shit. Yep, blocked her number. Went back to my grandmother's house. Next morning, cops called. Non-emergency line. Sir, we received a call about a domestic situation. Someone saying you're holding her belongings hostage. Explained everything. The lease situation, the stuff boxed up, her not being on any paperwork. So she's not a tenant? No, sir. Never paid rent, not on the lease. And her belongings are accessible, will be outside my door in about an hour. Then there's no issue here. If she continues calling us or harassing you, you can file a restraining order. Appreciate it. Put her boxes outside my apartment door. Took photos for proof. Left. Got a call from a different number later. Answered without thinking. You left my stuff outside like trash. My girlfriend, using someone else's phone. I left it outside like I said I would. Anyone could have stolen it. Not my problem. Where am I supposed to live? Not my concern. I can't afford my own place right now. Should have thought about that before you told my grandmother to die faster. I didn't say it like that. My aunt heard every word. Silence. Then, she misunderstood. No, she didn't. Lose this number too. Hung up. Blocked it. That evening my uncle called. Heads up, your girlfriend showed up at my house today. What? Yeah. Said she needed to talk to a reasonable family member since everyone was being crazy and turning you against her. I told her to leave my property. What did she say? Wanted me to convince you to talk to her. Said you were being manipulated, that what she said to your grandmother was taken out of context, that she was just trying to help. I told her there's no context where telling a dying woman to hurry up is okay. She started crying, saying we all hate her. I closed the door. She eventually left. Sorry she dragged you into this. Don't be. That's what family does. She's not family. That was a week ago. Thought maybe she'd back off after that. Wrong. Update 2. 2 weeks since the funeral, the harassment kicked into overdrive. After I blocked her, she started texting from different numbers, her friends' phones, random numbers, all saying the same stuff. You're being so cruel. I deserve a chance to explain. Your family poisoned you against me. We can fix this. I blocked every number. Must have blocked 15 different ones. Then I went back to work. First day back, my boss called me into her office. Welcome back. How you holding up? Getting through it. She nodded. Listen, I got a strange call yesterday. Woman claiming to be your girlfriend? Oh no. Said she was worried about you. That you were acting erratic after your grandmother's death, making impulsive decisions, that someone needed to check on your mental state. My boss leaned forward. I told her you seemed fine and that personal calls to employees' workplaces are inappropriate. She got upset. I'm sorry she bothered you. It's fine, but she also called HR. Same story. They flagged it as a wellness concern until I explained that no, you're not having a breakdown. Your ex is harassing you. Ex. First time I'd heard someone else call her that. Want to document this? File something formal? Hoping she'll give up soon. If she contacts us again, let me know. She didn't give up. Few days later, I was back at my grandmother's house when someone knocked. Opened the door. My girlfriend's mother. We need to talk, she said. No thanks. My daughter is falling apart. Not eating, not sleeping. All because you won't even hear her out. Nothing to hear out. She told me what happened. She was trying to help your grandmother find peace. She worded it badly, but her heart was in the right place. Her heart was in getting my grandmother out of the way faster so I'd come home. The mother's face tightened. That's not true. She cares about you. She visited twice in 6 months. Twice, but she found time to show up and tell my grandmother she was wasting my life. That sound like caring? She's young. She made a mistake. She's 27. Old enough to know better. You're throwing away 2 years over one bad moment? Yep. The mother changed tactics. What about everything you've been through together? All your plans? What plans? The ones where she lived in my apartment rent-free while I paid for everything? She contributed to that household. How? By existing? Her face went red. My daughter deserves better than this. Your daughter deserves exactly what she's getting. Leave. You're going to regret this when you're alone and realize what you... Out. Now. She left, but yelled back, we should sue you for emotional distress. Texted my uncle. Girlfriend's mom just showed up with the same BS. Heads up. Him. She's already here. Currently crying in my driveway because I told her to leave. Want me to call cops? Me only if she won't go. She's leaving now. Just flipped me off. That night got a text from yet another number. This is your last chance. Meet me at our coffee shop tomorrow. We need to talk. Didn't respond. Next day I was at my grandmother's house around midday. Phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Where are you? My girlfriend. I've been waiting here for over an hour. I'm at my grandmother's house. I told you to meet me, and I ignored you. Are you serious right now? Completely. Stop contacting me. We need closure. Here's closure. You're a bad person who told my dying grandmother to hurry up and die. My entire family knows. You're not welcome anywhere near us. We're done. That's your closure. You can't just hung up, block that number. Not even 5 minutes later, doorbell rang. Looked out the window. She was on the porch. Didn't open the door. She knocked, then pounded, then started yelling. I know you're in there. Open this door. Called my uncle. She's here. Won't leave. Be there in 5. She was still pounding when he pulled up. Got out, walked up to the porch. Leave. I'm trying to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to you. That's why the door's closed. That's his decision to make. He made it by not opening the door. Leave or I'm calling the cops. This is insane. My uncle pulled out his phone, started dialing. She ran to her car and peeled out. Tires actually squealed. Uncle came to the door. I let him in. You all right? Tired of this. Time for a restraining order. Yeah, you're right. Next day I went to the courthouse. Filed for a restraining order. Wrote down everything. The different phone numbers showing up at my work, showing up here multiple times, the doorbell incident, had screenshots, photos, everything documented. Temporary order granted right away. Hearing scheduled for a couple weeks out. She got served at her friend's place where she'd been staying. My lawyer said she called the officer names and refused to sign. They left the papers on the porch. That night got an email from her. Subject line, you're going to regret this. Didn't open it. Forwarded straight to my lawyer. His reply, this is perfect, helps our case significantly. Few days later, got a call from my apartment building manager. Hey, wanted to give you a heads up. Your ex showed up here asking about waiting in the lobby because she forgot something in the apartment. What'd you tell her? Told her no, that I'd need your permission. She started arguing. I mentioned there was a restraining order filed and she left pretty quick. Thanks for calling. No problem. Also, she tried claiming she still lived there. I checked our records. She's not on the lease, never has been. Just wanted to confirm. Correct. Never been on it. Good to know. If she shows up again, I'll call the cops. A week before the hearing, my girlfriend's best friend showed up at my work. Building security called me down to the lobby. Your friend is here? The guard said, looking doubtful. Went down. The best friend was standing there looking uncomfortable. You can't be here. There's a restraining order. That doesn't apply to me. I'm not her. You're here on her behalf. That's third-party contact, violates the order. I just want to talk. No, leave or I'm calling the police and reporting a restraining order violation. She left, but called from the parking lot. Unknown number. That was completely unreasonable. Stop calling me. Tell your friend to stop using you to contact me. It's illegal. She just wants to explain. Don't care. You call again, I'm reporting it. Hung up. Blocked that number too. Final update. The restraining order hearing was last week. Showed up with my lawyer, all my documentation printed and organized. She showed up with her mother. No lawyer. The judge went through everything, the texts from multiple numbers, the calls from her friends, the workplace harassment, showing up at my grandmother's house, the threatening email subject line, the attempted building access. My girlfriend tried to speak. Your Honor, I just wanted to talk to him. He's being unreasonable. I have a right to closure and... Did you or did you not tell his dying grandmother that she should let go because she was wasting his life? The judge asked. Long pause. It wasn't. It's being taken out of context. What context? I was trying to help. She was suffering, and I thought, you thought telling a dying woman she was a burden would help? The judge's voice was ice cold. I didn't say burden. I just said that maybe she should stop holding on because he was sacrificing his life for her. You told her that. I was concerned about him. The judge looked at all the documentation, flipped through pages, looked back up. Ma'am, after this woman died, you were banned from the funeral by the family. You showed up anyway, correct? I had a right to be there. He needed support. Then when he asked you to leave his life, you contacted him from multiple phone numbers, had friends contact his workplace claiming he was mentally unstable, showed up at his grandmother's house despite being asked not to, and sent threatening emails, correct? Silence. This is textbook harassment. Restraining order granted. 1 year. No contact, no third-party contact. You must stay 500 feet from him, his workplace, the grandmother's residence, and all family members. My girlfriend started crying. This isn't fair. I just wanted to talk. You had opportunities to respect his boundaries. You chose not to. Order is granted. Violation of this order is contempt of court with possible jail time. Do you understand? This is insane. Do you understand? Firmer this time. Yes, she whispered. Her mother stood up. This is wrong. She made one mistake and you're... The bailiff moved toward them. They left. Outside, my uncle was waiting in the parking lot. Came with me for moral support. Yeah, got the order? Yeah. Good. She stays away now or she's in real trouble. We went to lunch. He told stories about my grandmother I'd never heard before. Made me laugh. First time I'd laughed in weeks. That was last week. Since then, nothing. No texts, no calls, no showing up places. The restraining order worked. I'm still at my grandmother's house. Her will left everything to me. The house, her savings, everything. Not a fortune, but enough that I don't have to stress about money for a bit. Been going through her things slowly. Found a box yesterday in her closet, full of letters she'd written to my parents over the years after they died. Never mailed them, just wrote them, updating them on my life, on what I was doing. Found one from right after her diagnosis. I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of leaving him alone, but I raised a good man, he's strong, he'll be okay without me. Cried reading that. First time I'd really cried since she died. My ex's stuff is long gone from my apartment. Thinking about subletting it, staying here longer. Feels right being in this house, surrounded by her. My aunt stopped by yesterday. Found me in the kitchen going through old recipe cards. You doing okay? Getting there. She sat down. Your grandmother knew, you know, that your girlfriend wasn't right for you. Said so more than once. She never told me. Wanted you to figure it out yourself. Said that's how people grow. Guess she was right. She usually was. Got an alert from my building manager this morning. My ex showed up at the apartment building again. Tried to get into the lobby. Said she just needed to check on something. He told her to leave. She argued. He called the police. She left before they arrived, so she's still testing, but now there's legal consequences if she pushes too far. I'm okay. Some days are harder. Some days I wake up and reach for my phone to call my grandmother before remembering she's gone. Those days are rough. But other days I feel relieved. Relieved I found out what kind of person my ex was before I married her. Before we had kids. Before I tied my entire life to someone who could look at a dying woman and see an inconvenience. My grandmother saved me one last time. By being exactly who she was. Someone worth caring for. Someone worth time and devotion. She showed me who my ex really was. Someone who saw love as an obstacle to her comfort. I'll take this grief over that alternative any day. The restraining order expires in a year. By then hopefully she'll have moved on and so will I. For now I'm just taking it day by day. Living in my grandmother's house. Going through her things. Remembering. Grieving. And being grateful I dodged someone who showed up to a funeral in heels and a cocktail dress after being explicitly told not to come. My grandmother would have found that fitting. I think I do too.